Hey, what's up guys? Your average wargamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And in this video, I'm going to be featuring Tier 10 premium aircraft carrier, that is Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Well, American steel resource carrier that I find it really powerful in World of Warships. And if you want to get some value out of this gameplay and want to learn some tips and tactics, definitely watch this video because I will comment it alongside the gameplay itself, and will give you some tips and tactics. But in this video, I want to showcase you a bit of an interesting thing. You can see here in the matchmaking we do have Essex, actually a decent CV player. And well, what I will try to do here is I will try to counter Essex perfectly in FDR. You will eventually find out that I will make the life of Essex almost hell, and I'm not joking. Essex would have done similar thing against FDR, but I'm gonna do that thing in FDR. Like, Essex will try his full best to give some support to Burgon and each and everything. Like, he's trying to do that pretty much right now. He's trying to put the plane on top of me, which I was kind of pretty pissed about. I don't like this thing, and I decided to showcase him who is the boss. And you will find out soon. So it's going to be pretty interesting that how I will counter Essex like crazy hard. He's a really good CV player. I can see his tactics. He's trying to give a lot of value to his teammates by just giving some air support, because Essex have really good fighters. The fighters will attack really quickly. It's having 2.5 seconds of delay, so it's not going to be easy for me in FDR, really. But what I will do here is I'll try to make sure that he's gonna have a really hard time. What he's trying to do. Like, if he's trying to kill me, I can kill him back in return, and he will try his best to survive. But you can see here, Stalingrad and Burgon are protected by some A, and this is something that I have to be very careful. So I decided not to go for him, and I decided to go for A6. Right now, I don't know if he knows it or if he knows this situation. But if the enemy CV does not realizing that the FDR is coming for torpedo bombers with full squad, this can potentially be pretty devastating. You can see here he's dropping torpedoes on Ohio. You can see here he's coming out right there, and well, he realizing the situation pretty much out there. So yeah, you can see here he's coming back and trying to put the plane on top of me, because he knows that if he puts the plane right on top of me on my planes, then my planes won't be able to do anything whatsoever. So what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna wait for him to come very close, and I put my fighter as well. So you can see here I have my fighter right now for spotting purposes. So I'm just using the speed boost as much as I can, and will try to wait. And you can see here he put the plane, but the plane doesn't have that much speed, and lucky enough that I managed to get out of this fighter, the aura of this fighter plane, which is very important. Now I get this time and I get this opportunity to go and snipe this A6 back. Now I'm just playing with this A6 mind, right? Like right now, it's all about the mindset, and it's all about those tricks that I'm gonna be playing against this A6. You can see here the A6 is kind of reversing at the moment, and he does not really realizing this situation. He would have pressed the F button, which he did not. And I'm gonna go and straight up drop the A6. Now A6 does have low HP compared to other aircraft carriers. You can see here it's only having 59,000 HP, and I'm just dropping some torpedo bombers. You can see here, even though he does have 4 fighter planes, but they will only going to shoot down 4 planes. You do have so many planes in the squad that really does not matter if you might lose 4 of the planes from FDR squad. So you can see here that I did some pretty insane damage to the poor A6, and A6 still did not realizing for now. Like, I know he's not super good player, but he's still a good player, and you can see here he will somehow try his best later on. But right now I'm just gonna go and drop this guy. You can see here he comes back with his planes, and you can see that I'm just playing some mind games on him. You can see here that he popped the plane out there, and what I will do here, I will put my plane as well. Since he is not using interceptors, I can just instantly tag his planes with mine, and will give me opportunity very quickly to go and drop him again once the plane will tag. So I'm just waiting, and finally the planes get tagged, and you can see here he coming up with these bombs right now, and he's smoked up. So he's playing pretty cheeky, right? He's playing pretty cheeky, but he put the planes or fighters for himself, giving me an opportunity to go and drop Burgon with ease because he cannot do anything. This is one thing. This is one of the tactics that I use in FDR. If enemy A6 is trying so hard on protecting his teammates, I make sure that he will protect himself instead of any of the teammates. This is what I'm exactly doing at the moment. You can see here I'm dropping the torpedoes on Burgon, and hopefully I will manage to get a good strike on him, and I get at least 7 torpedo hits, which is pretty nice. So I still have a strike remaining. And remember guys that the A6 have only 1 minute of time, so the smoke should be running out now. It's gonna be like maybe a couple of minutes remaining, so I can wait for it. Because I know I'm not doing that much damage. I could have dropped the Burgon again, but I want to drop this A6 and want to kill this guy. And you can see here he coming back with torpedo bombers. I put the plane here. You can see here he is not really in a good situation. He turned in again. Put the planes as well. He put the the fighter with the help of the torpedo bombers that he has, and he's gonna turn out right now. He's gonna turn in, sorry, not turning out. He will try to dodge the torpedoes, right, of mine. I do have a strike remaining, and I know that FDR 3 planes are gonna be enough to deliver the strike. He will not going to have any chance. So this poor guy does not know what to do. And I'm just gonna go and drop this guy pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. You can see here you do have 2 torpedoes at the end, like 2 torpedo bombers at the end. I'm just going to get a perfect drop on him by turning like this, and that guy well, poor guy can't do much about it, and I got all 8 torpedo hits, dealing again a massive damage. Like I must have done like what, 40,000 damage, at least 40,000 damage, which means that A6 have very low HP right now, very low HP. Okay, so I'm coming back, and I might drop the Burgon again with these HE bombs that I'm coming up with, but I have realized that the Stalingrad is kinda in a situation where he is protecting himself from the island, even though he does have two fires on him. And for some reason he might got AFK since he's not using his AA as well, but I will kill him regardless. Only 2 bombs should be enough to kill him, which you can see. But, well, there is also Burgon, and our whole team is on A flank, so Burgon will also die, really, regardless. And you can see here, A6 kinda in a very desperate situation, trying to do something about me in FDR. You can see here, he want to really put the fighter plane on top of me so that I cannot do anything. And he's doing this shenanigan, like he wants to counter my planes, and he's doing this thing. So what I will do here, I'm just gonna pop the speed boost, and I mean it's probably better if I would have got someone like maybe close to a battleship, because there are some battleships very close. Now the thing is that he will eventually get on top of me, so you can see here he's using speed boost. I put the plane here, and he will also gonna try to do the same thing. And well, you can see here that I'm gonna try to run out of this situation. And he did that, right? He did that, right? Now, I don't know if I can get out of this thing. Now, I did get out of this thing, which is, nah, unfortunately, it isn't. I don't know why, but because of that, I have to now press the F button, because if I don't press the F button, I will lose entire squad, almost entire squad. But pressing the F button literally means that I will save my planes. It will cost me some time, and FDR does take a bit of a time though, but anyways, it's gonna be fine. I'm just gonna go back and drop someone else. Only 71,000 damage, but I'm playing some mind games with A6, and A6 really having hard time doing anything, right? Meanwhile, on the other hand, I have done some damage, and that's a very important thing to know. On the other hand, I'm gonna go to this Wisconsin real quick. Okay, so coming back to Wisconsin, you can see here that I'm gonna try to get a good strike on him, and he do realizing the situation. And you can see here he popped defensive AA. Now Wisconsin does have decent AA with defensive AA active, but still he does have taken some good damage out there, and I think his AA is not really the best, but you can still see that he's still doing some planes shot down. Continuous damage is pretty good, but well, on the other hand, at least I will going to land a good torpedo hit on this Wisconsin. You can see here that he will eat at least 7 torpedo hits, which is very important and very nice. And I will go behind the island to get a cover. And well, he DCP'd the flood, which is important to know. But I do have strikes ready to get on Wisconsin. Wisconsin already have used defensive AA now, so the other strike will not going to be, that gonna be hard. Like you can see here, the defensive AA of Wisconsin does run out, and I can go and drop him again. So I'm just gonna go and do the same thing. He's gonna try to turn in. He wants to dodge these torpedoes, and that's why he's turning in. But I'm just gonna, turn towards the other side and get a perfect drop on him, which he was so much unfortunate to see, like himself. You can see here, I'm gonna get another 7 torpedo hits again, which is pretty nice. Our team got the trump, and I do have again the last squad remaining, which I will try to go and spot the A6 with, because well, I want to kill the A6. A6 surviving for some time. He thought that I might not kill him, but that's not gonna happen, buddy. I'm gonna go and drop him. So I'm just gonna go quickly to the 10 line and find that A6. So I finally find the A6 with only 16,000 HP remaining. So you can see here that the tension of him is pretty much arises right now, and I know that the A6 is he's trying to be cheeky. He's trying to put the smoke, and he's trying to give his give himself a chance by smoking up. But I exactly know where he's going to be, and I will get this good opportunity to get the A6. You can see here I'm gonna send all the torpedo hits on this guy, and I got all 8 torpedo hits even in smoke. Oh my god, this A6 would be so pissed. And I said, GG A6, man. This poor guy, he must be, I must have made his life really hard in FDR. Like, it is kind of like I was saying, that poor guy can't take off FDR. I was laughing so maniacally at that time that he didn't manage to protect himself even in A6. That's kind of insane. I mean, you can say that it might be a skill issue of his, but still he is relatively a good player. I have seen worse A6 players like that, but you can see here, that is insane. I still get him at the end, which is very important. The game now is gonna be completely in our favor. You can see here the A6 does have last squad right now running, and what he wants to do is he wants to defend his teammates right now, which I can understand this. If he does that, that's fine, but with only one fighter plane, that really does not matter. I'm just gonna go and do some good strikes on maybe this Vermont, or maybe Stalingrad. He's smoking up the Vermont and Kurfürst apparently. So I decided to go for the Stalin. Stalin do have defensive AFI, so I have to be very careful. But I do have so many planes, so I'm just not really having this issue. Even though there is also a Vermont with defensive A and Stalin with defensive A. But still, FDR does have really tanky planes. And I don't have, I didn't get the best of the, drop, because I just don't want to take flags. These red flags can be pretty devastating, to be honest. FDR can take a huge damage from them, so I don't want to do that. On the other hand, well, Stalin does have a fire ticking right now, and I still do have potentially 2 strikes against a single target. So I'm just gonna go and drop Stalin here maybe, but I have to remember one thing, that Stalin does have 60 seconds of defensive air fire, so he will have his red flags for a bit longer. You can see here, by now, many other ships does not have its defensive air running, but in this case of Stalin, I can clearly see here that he still have his running, and you can see here, I'm just gonna get a good drop on him, but well, barely out there, and well, I dropped this guy again, and I got double fire with 5 penetration hit, which is a lot better, which is pretty nice. So I still do have a strike to deliver on this guy. Hopefully, you can see here that I do have some HP on the planes. And we'll try to kill the Stalin here. So I might put my last of the plane to keep them spotted. And well, we'll drop this Stalingrad or Vermont. In this case, I will try to go for the Stalin since he DCP'd the fire. And well, he does have only 14,000 HP. So I know that hopefully I will manage to get a strike on him. and I dropped this guy, but unfortunately I think, yeah, he shoot down some of my planes, so yeah, only 4 bombs gonna go and land. But, oh, only 3 bombs, sorry. But it's okay, Stalin is pretty low. But that's basically the game, guys. It was absolutely insane taking on Essex. Coming back towards the Vermont again and getting the Combat Scout achievement, you can see here he have only couple of 1000 HP remaining, and Vermont 2 have heal, which he's using right now, but there is a Smolensk who is trying to farm him. On the other hand, Vermont does also have defensive AFI, which I know that he will pop, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna be having any fear whatsoever, and I was just gonna go and kill the Vermont by spotting damage, which is pretty important and pretty nice. On the other hand, someone did get a good chunk out of Stalingrad, and Stalingrad is now down to 2000 HP. But again, that delay sometimes is rough experience, because if you get improper drops in FDR, you will quickly dislike this CV, because if you don't get a proper damage, 25 seconds of delay will make your life hard. But anyways, with the remaining of the Stalingrad HP, he just eventually died, and I just dropped this guy funnily enough. But yeah, that's basically some cameo that I did with Essex, and I still get a good game at the end. It was fun game, to be honest. I was very happy to kill the Essex with all 24 torpedo hits. All 24 torpedo hits are required to kill the Essex. That's how powerful FDR really is. 172k damage, 500, pretty nice. 45 torp hits, 14 bomb hits, 2 kills, Combat Scout. And in the team score, well, 2k base XP. Our Smolensk did play it really well. Well, if I would not have focused the Essex a lot in that game, I would have easily gotten up to 2.2k base XP. But again, Essex, he tried pretty hard to defend himself, but I showed him who's the boss, and finally I got him and killed him at the end. So you can see here, the damage that I did to Essex is full 59,500. That's the full HP of Essex. And did some damage to Stalin, other Stalin, Wisconsin, and Burgon. So that's basically the game. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. And if you do like it, please comment down below. I know there are some players who might be saying that, why you are even trying to do this against Essex? It's not really worth it. But well, it's worth it. In the late game, Essex can be really powerful. And Essex was apparently looking to be a good player, and he's tried to defend himself at the end. But I still managed to kill him, which is pretty nice. And you can get some value out of this gameplay. So please comment me down below, and I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.